So the first thing I'd like to do here is actually to place the option that I'm going to be using at the grid area. So let's say I'm just going to go here, and I like that diagonal, right? Stairs. And yeah, I prefer this. This one looks good as well, right? Very central. So if you're more for this type of design. The last one, option 3, is actually the same as option 1. So I don't need that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this. So CO, and I'm going to place a base point here and make a copy of this over here. Okay, nice. And then hit escape to cancel. Now I'm going to maybe move this, actually move this from, let's say, this corner right here. And I'm just going to move it to this endpoint. Okay, there you go. I could have moved it closer, I suppose. Maybe. Let's do that. So just to show you the move command. And again, placing it at the corner and maybe putting it at the other corner. There you go. So I might have a firewall here since it's already adjacent to the boundary. And what I want to do is I want to scale this. So SC, I'm going to scale the image. So scale this, and it's asking me for the base point. So I'm going to use this as my base point so that the scaled object will go to the left and up. Okay. Now, how much do I want to scale this? Well, I want it to be relatively the same size as my grid, or at least the living spaces should be about the sizes that I want it to be. So I'm going to say reference. Okay. Now, if you notice, right, we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we have 20 meters. So if we say this here is about 20 meters, if I want it to be at the edge, so I'm going to use that as my reference length. So let's just see how that works. So I'm going to say from here to there, right? So AutoCAD will measure that, and I will say make that 20 meters. So 20, 1, 2, 3. Okay, make that 20. That's the new length. So when you're asked to specify the new length, type 20,000 in this case. Okay, so that makes it a lot bigger, and we cannot see our grid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say select this, and let's try to, so right click and change the draw order and send it to back. There you go. Okay, so I think they're not aligned to each other, so I can move this to there, right? Or I can simply say, well, that's 20 because this is like in perspective. So I could just have to take note that I will follow the family room size. So it will be somewhere here, right? And then a washroom, just giving me an idea, right? So, but if I want to, right? So idea of the space. But if I want to, I can say move this from this point, right? From this point to the corner, right? And you'll see that I actually made it 20 millimeter long, right? So I can make it smaller if I want to, right? So that maybe I need to accommodate for the space here for the uh, platform for the stairs going up. So that's a consideration that I need to take. But that's how I would initially look at the project and study, how much space do I have, right? So uh, let's do it this way then. So what if I scale it this way, right? Scaling it this way, accommodating for that platform. So that means I need to scale it by using this length right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'll make this 10 millimeters and see how that works. So scale SC, I'm going to scale this, and my reference or my base point will be anywhere for now. So I'll just move it later. And then I'll type R for reference, space bar. And let's just say the reference length is from somewhere here, right? Remember, this is just a sketch. So this is not really accurate. I'll keep it straight. So here, and then I'll say make that 10 millimeter, 10 meters, 10, 1, 2, 3, and there you go. So now I can move, let's say, move the drawing from here to the endpoint. So notice that now I was able to include this in the stairs, right? In the grid or within the grid. So I have about a meter to play around with. So that makes my family room a little bit smaller, right? And I can still use this space right here. So I can stretch that. Okay, so it's up to you how you'd like to scale the drawing. I think I'll go with this one. Okay, so scaling, that's a review on how to scale an image. So I copied the image here, and I'm going to use that for my uh, initial drawing of the floor plan.